If you always wanted to start your own YouTube channel, watch this. Here are my lessons of my first 8 months of YouTube and my first 10K of subscribers. So first of all, thank you very much for everybody that is watching me already since 8 months or even since 3 months, 4 months, as long as you support me. Really grateful. This is my first 10K. I remember my first 10K also when I did my first 10K in revenue. That's like, 10K is always special. And I think 10K is so special that it never comes back. Even 20K, 30K revenue is not the same than the first 10K. So I'm really grateful also for the first 10K subs on YouTube. And I want to share a few lessons that I got out of this. If you are someone that is like, oh, you know what, I would love to start my channel, but for some other reason, I never do it. Okay. First of all, it's not easy. Don't take me wrong, right? I have done what, I don't know, over 200 videos now in 8 months. So it definitely needs work. But also, if you really have something that you'd love to share with the world, and all of us have these gifts in ourselves, right? Like that we come into this world with that are special about us. So if you have something like this and you would love to share that, then please go on and do it. Don't care, don't give a fuck what people think about it. Just start doing it. Like for me as well, when I started doing it, I was always like, I don't know, you know, like I really was like, I don't know if I really want to do that. I don't want to know if I want to show myself out there to the world and stuff like this. And there was one guy, Olivia Roller, if you watched that, I'm super grateful to you, that said, Johannes, you need to run a YouTube channel. And I was always like, And then I finally started doing it. And if you watch my first video ever, you're going to see me basically speaking about 75 Hard. And I was like, this need to be really fancy, everything, right? So I need to have like a proper studio, and I need to have a teleprompter, and I need to do this proper and stuff like this. And I scripted everything out and using AI to script it and stuff like this. And then I showed it to him and I was really excited. I was like, what do you think about it? And he's like, yeah, it's not bad, but like, it's not you. Right. And I'm like, what do you mean? I was like, I don't know. He's like, Johannes, I mean, I can see that it's scripted. Like, why you just don't sit down, all right, and just speak to the camera like you always do, because you are the best in your energy, right? And I did this, and from I think the first 3 was scripted, and then he said like, Johannes, just do one unscripted, and I did one unscripted. I sent it to him. He's like, this is fucking great. This is you, right? And since then, I kept doing it. Like, my channels are totally unscripted. Sometimes I'm learning how to put in some hooks, right? Like, you maybe realize that I always have some steps and like lections that I learn and stuff like this, but mostly it's just basically me being raw and scripted. That's what it's all about. So don't think too much about it. Just go for it. If you have anything that you want to share, go out there and just do it. Because the next thing is like, you know, because people always care so much what people think about them. Like, honestly, that's the biggest disease of humanity, right? That people care what people think about them. That's a general problem. Nobody cares about you because they all care about themselves, right? So if you want to do it, just start doing it. I give another big shout out to the next one that told me what to do. What's up? Sorry for the interruption, but I don't want you to miss out. Studies show that more or less than 10% will watch this video until the end. And that's why I want to give it to you right now. I have created something totally new, brand new, that I call the revenue ceiling mirror. What it does is, like, I do have a gift, right? If I talk to you for 10, 15 minutes, I can tell you exactly what stops you from going to your next level. You don't see it, I see it in 10 to 15 minutes. And now I've created a tool, an app that is even better than me, right? It's a mirror, all right, that you can literally talk to. I'm not joking, okay? You talk to it for 10 minutes and it will show you exactly what stops you from going to your next level. Check it out below. Link is in the description. When I started out, I had a guy that that I asked that I don't know how many subs he has, but maybe 800K subs or something like this. Shout out to Rob. And he's running the Run Club in Marbella. And I asked him, hey, you know, if you could give me one advice, what would that be if I'm just starting my YouTube channel and so on? And I was expecting God knows things that he's going to tell me or whatsoever, right? But he just said, just make 100 videos. Because if you make 100 videos, you're in top 5% of YouTube. I'm like, wow, that sounds crazy. But like he said, like 85, 90% are anyway only consuming, right? maybe 10% putting out content, 10 to 12% or something. I don't know exactly, I remember it. And he's like, when you make over 100 videos, you're in the top 5%. I'm like, okay, that's interesting, because almost nobody is really continuing things, right? That's the thing. You start things, then you're not directly successful, and you're not directly getting what you want to, and nobody's watching your videos, and then you stop. And that's where you can see so many channels that do a few videos. You can see a time where they're really putting in effort, and then they stop. And that's the problem, like with everything in life, right? When you start things and you don't continue things, and you're persistent about things, you're missing out on maybe one day when it's just, you know, starting to really pay out. So like with me, with my YouTube, bro, like even there have been times, trust me, in these months where I was like, oh, really, again, make a new video. I'm like, I'm really feeling it and stuff like this. I was always like that. But this is then also when it becomes also like, you know, like there's a bigger why behind it, why I'm doing it. So the bigger why, like, you know, is basically helping people waking up, lifting consciousness to a higher level and stuff like this. So that's why I always kept on going, because I had this deeper why to really follow my calling. So that's why this is very, very helpful. But in general, if you are, whatever you do, if you're running an agency, if you're a coach, like if you're a coach and you don't have a YouTube channel, what are you doing? Like, I mean, how you want to share your knowledge? Like, first thing that basically happens, people always look you up on YouTube. If you're not there or not present, then that's not the best thing to do. But also when you are niching down in an agency or whatever it is, like YouTube today is like, you know, everybody looks you up on YouTube. So if you want to become, you know, the best in your niche, you need to be on YouTube, because that's where people will look for you, right? That's why YouTube is essential for everybody that builds a personal brand. So that's why if you still didn't start, just do it. Look, I'm sitting here rambling some stuff, getting 10K subs. You know, it's possible. If I can do it, you can do it. This is the message, right? And if you have any kind of blockers that you don't know exactly where they come from, I have a present, like a gift for everybody that is watching me for whatever, even if you just start watching me today and it's the first time that you watch me. But I have something that's called the revenue ceiling mirror, right? And this is a thing, like I have a gift. I can go and speak to somebody, and in 10, 15 minutes, I can tell you exactly why you're blocked in your business. I just find it out very quickly. I ask you a few questions and I know it. So I was like, okay, what if I could create, like now with Cloud Code and everything, everybody's crazy about it, obviously me as well. So what if I could create a tool, all right, that people can talk to, and they can find out in 10, 15 minutes as well what keeps them stuck in business. And to us, we have created a tool. It's a mirror that you can talk to. It's actually, I'm not joking, it's really a mirror that you can talk to, right? And this mirror shows you in 10 minutes why you're stuck. What's the main reason why you're stuck? It's fascinating, right? So that's why, like, for everybody there, guys, I left this here in the description. If you have the feeling that, yeah, you hustle your ass off and you're doing everything and you're working 10, 12-hour days, but you, for whatever reason, always stuck, and you come always again back to the same place. Or like maybe you're already doing some money, and let's like say you're running your agency, like so many of my clients, right? You're running your agency and you're doing like between 6, 7, or even 5K and 15K. And this is where you're always a little bit around there. It's like you're having 2 or 3 more clients in, you may going to 15K, but then you stop your outreach again because you have to think about, oh my God, how should I perform now for them? And then you are scared because maybe you cannot perform for them. Like there's so many stuff that is blocking you. And the mirror will find out exactly what is your biggest issue, which is actually really fire. So like I have created this thing, is in the description, revenue ceiling mirror. This is my gift from me to you. Thanks again for watching me for this whole time, like the first 8 months. Thanks for supporting me. I'll be continuing doing that stuff. I will continue to ramble. And if you love that stuff and you have not seen me before, just leave me a like, leave me a subscribe, right? And also what would be great, just leave me a comment if you got something out of it, right? If you have like, okay, you know what, maybe finally I start my channel now. Like I said, you don't need it to be fancy, especially in today's time, trust me, like because everything is now AI and stuff like this, right? Like if you're just really sitting there and you having really a message to share and you are really you, authentically you, that shit works because I can see it on my channel, okay? Could obviously make it better, more fancy, whatsoever, right? But there's other people doing scripts, and they're by far not so far like me, just because I'm real or I'm authentic. So if you are the same and you think all the time, I need to be perfect, I need to have the perfect studio, I need to have, because that's always in our mind. I'm also a perfectionist, right? So like, I need to have the perfect studio, I need to back the light perfect and all that stuff. No, you don't need to nothing. You just need to start. Bring in the reps, fail, make mistakes, you know what I mean? Bring in the reps and build it up. That's what it's all about. And you get better with time. That's why I also understand now why Rob told me make 100 videos. Because if you make 100 videos, you get better automatically. It's just what happens. You cannot make 100 videos and stay at the same thing where you have been before. That's impossible, right? So that's why, just start, just go out there, just start. And, you know, and also like, don't care about the outcome, just do it because you want to share knowledge and your wisdom with the world. Or maybe you know just a little bit more than the others. Like I said, if you have a specific agency, maybe you know more in this kind of niche than the one that really, you know, is watching your stuff. And that's what it's all about. You don't need to be like all-knowing. You don't need to know it all just to start your channel. You just need to know a little bit more from the people that want to learn from you. That's what it's all about. That's what my channel is all about. I maybe know a little bit more because I'm a little bit older maybe than a lot of you, right? I have a little bit more life experience, so I know a little bit more about the mind and how our consciousness works and how our subconscious works and stuff like this. And I know how it influences all our business decisions, and that's why people watch me, right? And that's why I said, that's why I've created also this mirror. So if you want to check it out, Revenue Seeding Mirror is below in the description, directly first thing. Boom, click on it. In 10 minutes, you find out what's really stopping you. And yeah, that's it. Leave me a sub, leave me a comment, and I'll see you in my next video. Take care, and thanks again for supporting me.